Africa, industrialize Africa.
And thank you for joining us on this special edition on the World Economic Forum on Africa, taking place right here at Kigali, Rwanda. We continue the discussion, and today I'm honored to have Madam Celestine Munda, who's the advisory services leader at Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young has invested a lot in looking at a survey and looking at an attractiveness report for Africa, and we're here to talk more about that. And thank you for joining us. The attractiveness survey, and really, I'm sure this is all about looking at investment opportunities within Africa. What are some of your key highlights in this report?
So, and perhaps about the report, the key reason why we've done this survey over the last 5 years is to deal with the perceptions about Africa, which prevent investment. They tend to be negative, but also to deal that with the reality. So we've, over the past few years, shown statistics that demonstrate the attractiveness of Africa, and that statistic has been rising. However, if you look at this last year, there has been a slowdown in the level, the number and scale of foreign direct investment projects for a number of reasons. If you look at it, the drop in commodity prices like oil has significantly affected Nigeria and Angola. You look at the deterioration of currencies. You look at some of the unrest in some of the regions. So that has had an effect. But still, you know, one of the overriding themes is that the continent remains attractive.
You know, we're looking at, you know, the Africa Rising narrative, and that's what you'll actually often receive. We're seeing the, you know, the attractiveness, especially even of this forum in itself. Right. Then the report kind of gives us somewhat a different feel on what is exactly happening on the ground. Yeah. Are we really on the right track?
We are. And it's interesting you say that, because for me, just looking at the number of people who are attending this conference, the kind of debate that's being had, it demonstrates continuing interest in all areas, whether it's telecoms, financial services, infrastructure. It remains because the gap is huge. However, when you look at the reality in terms of has that translated into actual projects, has it translated into the creation of jobs, what we're seeing, it has, but not to the same level that is commensurate to the level of interest. And that disconnect, it's because of just that slight, you know, downturn. Again, the other thing we mustn't forget, Laban, is until 2 years ago when we had the Arab Spring uprising, a lot of investment that could have gone to that area came down to sub-Saharan Africa. But with the stability that has come into the region, now we have to share in terms of the level of foreign direct investment. So it remains still a very attractive market.
You just mentioned this, but I just alluded to it, which is beyond the sectors that you actually notice are kind of increasing the interest, especially this time in Africa.
Real estate in terms of commercial and residential buildings, that's number one. The second one is around financial services, where because of the increase in the level of consumption of financial products, that's a key area. The other one is telecoms, and then just finally consumer products.
The theme of this World Economic Forum really is centered around ICT, and we're looking at, you know, matters to do with technology. That doesn't quite feature in your survey?
It does, telecoms, as I mentioned. And when I talked about telecoms, it's beyond just communication to the use of technology to enable business and trade. One of the biggest investment that has been made is around increasing the infrastructure. So around broadband, around the fiber optic cables. In the previous session, we just had President Kagame say, you know, they already have 4,000 kilometers of fiber optic. That's just one example. So if Africa is to remain connected, other than electricity and power, which we hear is one of the things that's needed to drive growth, the other one will be how to build enabling technologies. Just Africa. Africa is such a complex continent. People don't understand that we're actually 54 different jurisdictions, graphically, but politically. Moving is difficult, moving people, moving goods. So digitization, having enabling technology should really be a key agenda for government, so that there's a policy to open us up, so that we connect more.
You know why I bring that up is because Rwanda has really marketed itself as one of the easiest places to do business, and they, you know, they'll keep saying about, you know, it takes 6 hours to register business at the second most attractive country in Africa. I'm just looking at the key lessons other African countries can take, especially in leveraging on ICT.
And by the way, I've experienced that. I've experienced the 6 hours. It is true. It is true, yeah.
maybe we'll
You
sit
actually
down
land,
now,
yeah, they've done it in such a way that you land in the morning, go to Rwanda Development Board, and there's a one-stop shop for that. But the lessons learned, if I must say, is Rwanda is perhaps, if I may say, the only country where when they say they'll do something, it gets done. The second thing is around making sure that resources that are allocated to that actually go to doing. So no deviation of resources. So really it's around leadership to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do, we implement what we say we will do, and then just keeping us all accountable.
Lastly, Madam Munda, it's really more on the perception, and I'll take you to a report that we once discussed a while ago, which is more on investors at times would just look at the perception of a country, well, the look and feel of how a country presents itself. So perhaps maybe Rwanda might not have all the statistics, but in the sense, because everyone is talking about it, investors just want to come here. So how does perception relate to investment?
Perception is huge. One of the things you'll find has been a theme throughout all the years we've done this survey, the Africa Attractiveness Survey, is that for the people who live and operate in Africa, they have a more positive view and perception of Africa rather than the people who've never been. And these happen to be key influences in them. So they will influence the direction in which their investment goes. So perception is reality, and it really then needs to be backed with numbers. One of the things we strongly encourage, and you'll see it as you read the survey, is that as much as, even when you have a positive perception, please back your investment decisions with hard facts, with data. So Rwanda has a positive perception. If you dig deep into its data, you will see the positive data that it's talking about. So it's really matching that perception with hard data.
Very well. Thank you so much, Madam Celestine. I wish you fruitful deliberations in this World Economic Forum. I must say a first for Africa, which is East Africa.
Indeed.
And it's exciting.
Yeah, indeed.
From where you sit and the kind of the deliberations going on, I don't know what are some of your key takeaways.
I'm very, first of all, impressed by the variety of countries that are represented here and the organizations, which, talking about perception, confirms the attractiveness of this region in Africa. So that's a key takeaway from me. The other one that I've taken away is we have to do things for ourselves. I've seen it repeated in every session. It is time that Africa did things for itself. Don't wait for someone to do it for you. And then just the final one is 5 years, 10 years from now, we don't want to play catch up. I think we had President Kagame say that we want to be at par with everyone else. And we are still the best continent to invest in.
Indeed. We'd like to leave it at that. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be looking at speaking to Madam Celestine Munda, who's the advisory services leader at Ernst & Young. Just, of course, delving deeper into a report that EY released earlier today, which is actually a survey looking at the attractiveness of Africa, especially at this time when all eyes and attention is focused on this continent. We continue with this World Economic Forum deliberations happening here at Kigali, Rwanda. My name is Laban Clefonserio for NTV.
Africa, feed Africa, integrate Africa.